reports the crowds, you know. By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley, you know, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything? Deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people.
Wow, so that's what just happened in Concord, New Hampshire. Donald Trump giving a speech trying to spread his deranged conspiracy that Nancy Pelosi's to blame for the January 6th insurrection, and Donald Trump showing serious cognitive impairment right there, just saying Nikki Haley, Nikki Haley, Nikki Haley, and then saying Nikki Haley had something to do with January 6th. I mean, there was a serious moment right there. Let me just kind of give you a little bit longer of that clip so you can see just some additional context of what went down there. Here, let's just play the slightly longer version of that. Play the clip.
If I weren't involved in this, if I were home, boy, look at all the people back there. You got a lot of people. This is supposed to be a quaint little area. This is not quaint at all. They're rough people. This is not quaint. Wow. You know, when she comes here, she gets like 9 people. And the press never reports the crowds, you know. By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley, you know, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything? Deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people, soldiers, National Guard, whatever they want. They turned it down. They don't want to talk about that. These are very dishonest people. But when I look over here, I'm so honored. They said, this is a quaint area, beautiful area.
Here, Donald Trump's voice changed as he was saying China and Russia. Listen to him right here. Play this clip.
Russia or China. And she was sitting there like, what the hell? I put her in the room, you know. Look, one of the reasons I did, because I happen to love the Lieutenant Governor, Henry McMaster.
And it is still just so utterly shocking that there's still 20%, 25% of the United States population that looks at that and thinks that that's smart, that thinks that that's normal behavior. Fortunately, so many Americans are seeing this and recognizing what's happening, but still there's a large portion, 20% or so of this country that looks at that and goes, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Here, Donald Trump attacks Nikki Haley and says that she wouldn't be able to deal with Putin and Xi, who Donald Trump says are very fine people. He always has to praise them. Nikki Haley, Donald Trump, was your ambassador to the United Nations. You literally hired her to deal with them. Play the clip.
Was doing, and now he's backing a woman that I know very well, a woman that is not capable of doing this job. I know her very well. She's not tough enough, she's not smart enough, and she wasn't respected enough. She cannot do this job. She's not going to be able to deal with President Xi. She's not going to be able to deal with Putin and Kim Jong-un and all of the people the very fine people you have to deal with.
Next, this is Donald Trump, keeping it classy here, talking about Democratic Congress member Adam Schiff, who we just recently interviewed here on the MeidasTouch network. Play this clip.
Guys like Adam Schiff and Shifty Pencil Neck. He's a marvel. No, he's a structural marvel. He has a neck, and his head is like a watermelon, and his neck. And how that neck can hold up that big, oversized, ugly head is hard to believe. No, it's true. Big head. It's like your finger on a basketball. Some of these guys, they spin it. No, he's a terrible guy.
And I guess because Trump realizes that he's going through something right now, he says, cancel the vote. Just say that Donald Trump won. Oh, and the media is going to call me a fascist for saying that, but cancel the vote. Just let me win. Play the clip.
The poll shows we're higher. Just cancel the election. Just say Trump wins automatically, because that's a whole... Now they're going to say, see, now when I say that, you know, we have fun, we're laughing and kidding, but when I say that, he's a fascist. He announced tonight he wants to cancel the election.
Kept on getting weirder here when you had Tim Scott endorse, MAGA Republican Tim Scott endorse Donald Trump, and I'll spare you the longer version of the speech. It was really weird, but here's Tim Scott endorsing Donald Trump. Play the clip.
We need a president who will restore law and order. We need Donald Trump. Oh, we need a president who will lower our taxes and not raise our taxes. We need a president like Donald Trump.
Earlier in the day, you had MAGA Republican Senator from Ohio, J.D. Vance, who said that the biggest issue in this election, the most important thing, he said, maybe the most important thing that Donald Trump is going to do, he says, is to find the truth about the January 6th insurrection. I mean, these people are out of their mind. These people are out of their mind. This is MAGA Republican J.D. Vance saying that's the most important thing on the ballot right now. What really happened on January 6th? Play this clip.
Here, that's a very good. That's maybe the most important thing that he needs to do on when he's elected president. Look. Here's something that's crazy about this. We still don't know who planted the pipe bomb at the RNC. Do you remember that? That was headline news for all of about 4 hours, okay? A pipe bomb was planted. We have video of it. And the FBI is more concerned about a 7-year-old grandmother who was walking through the halls of the Capitol than a person who apparently tried to blow up the RNC. This is insane. This is crazy stuff. So I think the most important thing actually is what this woman over here said, is actually releasing all the footage and empowering, forcing maybe the federal agencies to actually look into this stuff. And this.
So that's what you have MAGA Republican J.D. Vance saying. You had Donald Trump short-circuiting and clearly demonstrating serious cognitive decline here. We made this graphic here at the MeidasTouch Network. Do you see here? This is the cognitive assessment right there, and you see there's Nikki Haley right there, then there's Nancy Pelosi, and then there's a camel right there. See if Donald Trump can tell the difference. And, you know, everything's projection and confession with them. So when they've attacked President Biden, it's Donald Trump just telling on himself. I mean, this man, I shouldn't even call him that, this person is seriously deteriorating before our eyes each and every day as he gives these speeches, deteriorating each and every day. Can we compare that, by the way, to President Biden right here? Here's what President Biden said in his speech today. Play the clip.
I've been clear from the very beginning, the system is broken. My first day in office, I sent Congress a comprehensive plan on immigration reform. My friends on the other side have done nothing with that. Over and over, I've asked for resources to step up action at the border. In October, I asked Congress to fund for funding that would add another 22,000 additional border agents and officers, hundreds of new immigration judges to make the judgments on the spot, a new detection equipment to stop fentanyl from coming into the country. And by the way, I've worked with China and Mexico to slow the flow of fentanyl in the United States. As I speak, it's way down. So let me be clear. My team has been at the table for weeks now with a bipartisan group of senators to negotiate a deal, including border, because I believe we need significant policy changes at the border, including changes in our asylum system to ensure that we have authorities we need to control the border. And I'm ready to act. I think, hope God willing and the creek not rising, as my grandpop would say. You know, I think next week we ought to be able to work out something, at least in the Senate. And I'm hopeful it's going to be the bipartisan package the Senate is going to pass, God willing. Now the question is for the Speaker and the House Republicans. Are they ready to act as well? They have to choose whether they want to solve a problem or keep weaponizing the issue to score political points against the president. I'm ready to solve the problem. I really am. Massive changes. And I mean it sincerely.
I guess President Biden's talking about getting things done, trying to come up with deals for the country, tough deals. Deals where you got to roll up your sleeve and you got to take action. That's what President Biden's doing. And look, it's reflecting in the stock market. It's reflecting in Wages are up. It's reflecting in inflation's down. It's reflecting in unemployment's down. It's reflecting in job growth hitting record highs. It's reflecting in GDP growth for the fourth quarter. It's at like 4.9%. You know, it's reflecting in all of these economic metrics here. Even Fox had to admit it. Play this clip with this Fox News alert. Play the clip.
Fox News alert here as we take a look at the markets. And the U.S. stock market continues to hit record high after record high. You're looking at a fresh 300-point gain on the Dow right now, hitting its highs of the session. The S&P 500, which is a snapshot of the broader U.S. stock market, is hitting an all-time high, surpassing the previous record set 2 years ago. So, wow, there continues to be a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of optimism in the U.S. stock market. There's still anticipation the Federal Reserve will cut rates this year.
And hear President Biden talking about it one more time. Play the clip.
America has, this is a fact, the strongest growth rate of any and the lowest inflation rate of any major economy in the world. In the world. We have a lot more work to do. There's no question our plan of investing in America and the American people is working.
And as all of that's going on, Fox has to try to, I guess, justify Donald Trump's behavior. I mean, you know, that's how Donald Trump's presenting what I just showed you, short-circuiting like that. And then he's got these, lesions on his hands or cuts on his hands. You saw this? This is how Fox is talking about it, though. They said the reason that it looks like that is because Donald Trump may have used a red pen when signing women's chests. That's what Fox is saying. Play the clip.
He worked for Bill Clinton.
But speculating on someone's health in that way, a former president, fair game?
Politics can be boring, and you have to mix it up, and it's kind of, I find it very entertaining. But the real thing, when I look at that, it looked to me like red ink. You know how you get red ink on your hands?
Yeah.
When you are so popular, every room you walk into, everybody wants you to give them a signature. And Joe Biden doesn't have this problem. Other Republican candidates, only Donald Trump. I mean, women want him to sign their chests when he walks into a bar. That's how much they love him. And so I think that's red ink is what I think it is.
I mean, I was afraid to raise my hands a moment ago. It's like, the fishing, the tennis.
Yeah. This is true.
Well, tell me in the comments below what you think is going on there, but there's something seriously wrong going on with him. I mean, just in all seriousness, I guess serious evaluation needs to take place. And if there were people around him who actually cared for him, they would probably intervene and say something. And as I said before, like, if it wasn't someone like him who spreads so much hate and disinfo and lies and is tearing the fabric of our country apart, I may feel bad, but it's someone who's causing such grievous injury to our democracy. So we're going to call it out. We're going to expose it. We're going to keep our pro-democracy energy moving forward. But share this video. Like, let people know, like, what's up? What's going on? I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers. Thanks to your support, and have a great day.
At MeidasTouch, we are unapologetically pro-democracy, and we demand justice and accountability. That's why we're spreading our message to Convict 45. That's right, gear up right now with your Convict 45 tees and pins at store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.